What's going on, people? Welcome to a whole nother video. I hope you're all well. Firstly, quick disclaimer. I know I said in my last video when I was reviewing the engine inserts that I would do another review on the rear beam bushes once I've had an alignment. I haven't had an alignment. Things are kind of falling through with that. Both things from my side of my own personal life and just other things. So, but that is coming. It's 100% coming. But yeah, this is like almost like a mini series. This car will be going through a transformation within the next coming months. I was going to say the next few months, but I'm just going to say coming months because I don't want to put no pressure on me for a deadline or to set your expectations accordingly. But yeah, I just need to get things in line and all of that stuff. But going to my original point, whilst this car will be going on to new modifications and the car will be transforming both from a power point of view and other things, I have had a few months on this car for quite a long time, and I just wanted to basically go over that and review them after quite a bit of time. This is like a long-term review of the mods that I've had for long-term. Yeah, clean. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so the first mod that I'm going to talk about is one that split my mind when I first bought it, which is, as you can probably tell by the title, the 4-pot Brembo big brake kit. So yeah, just is as it's basically stated, it is a 4-piston caliper each side, and yeah, it's an upgrade over the standard caliper, which is a single piston. I bought this with the Red Stuff EBC pads, which I'll also review during this. I won't give any spoilers away, but it's interesting. The reason I bought it, let me just touch on that. And the reason why I purchased this upgrade is because the first thing I realized with the FN2, in my opinion, and yes, just for transparency, I didn't go and get my calipers rebuilt. I didn't replace the standard calipers for refurbished ones or anything like that. But I have to be honest, the stopping power was crap. It was crap for a car of that weight, for a car of that performance. I just don't get why you'd put those brakes on them. Like, I know people will say, okay, yeah, but if you put PBS pads on them with Pagid blanks, which seems to be the standard setup, the car does stop well and all of that stuff. But I've been in a couple of FN2s that have had that since having my big brakes, and yes, I haven't driven these cars, but I've been in them, and it's underwhelming still. It's still underwhelming. I can't lie. And yes, I use my car for the road, but you need it. Like, you can never ever have too big a brake. Yes, you can go OTT, but you can never say, you know, it's never needed, whatever, right? At least that's my opinion, my own humble opinion. Don't kill me. I found that the weakest point, and from there I've made it a mission to research some more on what to do to improve these. Now, I did change the pads when I first got them. Before they even ran out, I put Red Stuff pads into the single piston calipers, and that in itself made a world of difference, and I really grew to love like that pad, that compound, and that I just grew to love that pad. And it wasn't just because of the performance, and I know some people might say that it's a gimmick that EBC say, oh yeah, the Red Stuff pads are the perfect balance between, you know, the brake dust that it emits and the performance, but I'm here to tell you that's the truth. I can wash my car clean, right? Like, calipers clean, discs clean, and wheels are clean. And I will go for a spirited drive. And I'll say between my place to, for example, Milton Keynes, which is about a 45-minute drive, and there's loads of stopping and starting here and there. So you are using the brakes quite a bit, as you would in any drive. And there's barely any dust. And that's not a lie, that's just the truth. There is barely any dust. I can wipe my finger on the car, on the wheel, and yes, I am still taking, there's still dust. I'm not going to say it doesn't emit dust. I don't know what kind of brake pad that would be. It works. It really does work. So yeah, anyway, I did that. I still wasn't happy with it, but I did that, and I thought, okay, fine, I'm just gonna go all in and all out. Now, I had two options from my perspective and from my budget perspective rather. It was A, the Jap speed calipers, yeah, or not Jap, what A, the yellow speed 6-pot brake setup, or B, the Brembo big brake kit. Now, I had been in other cars that had the Brembo 4-pot setup, right? And those were, they stopped amazing, like amazing. Even with like the standard Brembo pads, which I don't really rate, but again, I'll get onto that later. And I just thought to myself, like, I know that works, so that's great. And 6-pot is obviously bigger than 4 pots. But I just thought to myself, like, I know Brembo is a well-known make. I'll put it to you this way, I've got a little bit of like I turned into a brand snob, I've got to admit. Can't lie. And I saw that the MK3 had Brembo 4 pots and the MK3 had 4 pots. Brembos, and I was like, makes sense. And I really wanted the DC5 setup with just the 4-pot setup that they have, along with like 300mm discs, I think it is, but couldn't find any at the time, so I just ended up going with what I have now. That's it. Big shout out to Freaky Parts Limited. The reason why I say that is because they actually make, if you don't know, that is a range of 4-pot Brembo brake kits, and also not Brembo but just standard 4-pot brake kits, unbranded, for different affordability. And they also make like custom brackets for it to fit directly onto the FN2, and it did, by the way. That's a video I filmed in a previous YouTube live. It fitted absolutely fine. You have to trim your brake dust shields, or as some people do, completely remove it. Yeah, and they were really helpful with me customizing the kind of kit that I wanted. And yeah, I think in total, the most I paid for this kit, if I don't get it wrong, if I don't get it right, I'll put a correction across the screen now, just saying what the price is, but I think it was around £1,200, and that's with the discs and the pads, yeah, along with the kit. And when the calipers first came, they were beautifully clean. Like, I'm not even joking. It's like, they are, and as they say, they are big kits, big brakes. So I feel like this is a video stating the obvious and just tripping over my own mouth, but I apologize. So that's why I picked that. I actually forgot to add, the reason why I said there's only those 2 kits for me, I know there's more kits out there, but the 3 main ones I know of are the K-Sport 8-pot kits, the Yellow Speed 6-pot kits, and then the Brembo brake kits, which have 2 different versions, the DC5 one and the Mark III Megane Sport something or other ones, which are the ones I've got, 4 pots, and they're both 4 pots. So yeah, and the reason why I didn't go for the K-Sport, the reason why I didn't even consider it, is because of the sheer price. At the time it was something like £1,500. I'm actually forgetting another one. Oh my days, sorry, ignore me. There's also spoon calipers that you can get for the FN2, but they don't even come with discs or anything like that, and they're like, it must be over £1,000 now or something. I'll put the price in the video anyway, and I'll check. But yeah, I seriously thought about that because I wanted to keep it all like, ooh, spoon brakes. But man, it just didn't seem good value for money, so that's why I didn't do it. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about pros and cons. Here are the cons. I haven't found one yet. I haven't had to replace the pads, but I know the price of the pads are not too expensive, and the discs that I run, I don't run floating discs. I run MTech. They call it C, but they look more like J's discs, C-hook discs with the carbon coat on it. So any part that isn't constantly touched by the pad doesn't rust. So it makes the disc look a lot nicer. It makes your wheel window look a lot nicer too. And also, a quick review on MTech discs, yeah? Loads of people say that they're shit and everything like that. I had MTech discs on my last setup with the standard discs, with the standard disc and brake caliper setup, and I also have MTech discs now. And with all this stopping power, I don't have warping, I don't have any kind of issues. I don't track my car though, gotta be honest, okay? So if people are saying that MTechs are terrible for track, nah, but I do drive my car hard though. I love it hard and I look after it hard. Wait, pause. wait. I maintain and look after my car well. I maintain and look after my car extremely well, but I also drive it the way it's intended to drive, right? No warping, no cracks, no nothing. At least with the C-hook ones, they're fine. They're the only ones I've ever used. They're the ones I know. So boom. But yeah, there's no cons. I have no cons yet. I've had this car, I've had that set up for over a year now. I want to actually say about 18 months. Absolutely no issues. No squeaking from the front, no, nothing at all. They're all pros. They are all pros. So yeah, let's talk about pros. Those brakes are a cheat code. They are a way of reversing any kind of like, and I know I'm chatting quite a bit of shit here, but still, cancelling out any possible accidents you could be in with standard brakes, in my opinion. And you don't even need to use a lot of the pedal. When I tell you this car stops so solid and so dependently, I put it to you this way: if I go and drive my dad's car, which actually has decent brakes for what it is, yeah, I need to recalculate my braking distance and when I'm driving my own car. I take the piss with my braking distance, and I'm not joking. I'm not sitting there saying I'm a racer on the road. No, I'm just saying, like, I don't really need to brake so tough. I don't need to think so much about like my stopping distance or anything like that. And that's both in the rain, the ice, yeah, and also and mainly the dry. Like, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I'll implore everyone to get an upgrade like that, even if you're running standard power, which I am. Okay, it was a future-proof thing. Whilst the big brakes do look real nice behind the wheel, especially with a 50mm spacer, so the caliper's just behind the wheel, which I'm not really sure I like anymore, but it's still there. When it's clean, it stands out. It's nice. But I actually bought it because of the performance, and the performance is 100% there. I've never had an issue. Yeah, that's one pro. And the second pro is, like I said, I barely need to touch the brakes. You know, when you have standard brakes, you have to the distance of the brake pedal is further, in my opinion. Also, quick disclaimer: I should have said this from the jump. I don't have braided lines on the car yet. I will do them. I just haven't got round to them yet. And as it stands right now, I haven't had a need to. So yeah, but yeah, the pedal travel was hard. Like, you have to press the brake a lot more in order for it to stop how it wants. Even with the red stuff pads, I still needed to. But with these, barely any kind of braking, barely any. Honestly, yeah, the EBC pads really do like stop you, and that's when it's cold or when you're actually going on and you keep pushing. It's awesome. You just barely need to apply anything, and when you do stamp on the brakes, your car will stop. Your car will stop. There's no rumbling, no nothing like that at all. It's amazing. They're magic. If you're gonna get this brake, if you're gonna get, not even just this one, I'd actually say if you're gonna get any kind of brake setup, even if it's standard, red stuff pads. And this ain't, I'm not paid, like I'm here, I'm just chatting, like it's just honest, it's just an honest review. Given the opportunity, in summarizing, would I do it again for the price that I paid? Yes and no. Yes, because I would definitely do that mod, like whatever it takes. But if I had known better back then, or if they were available back then, I would have just bought it secondhand. There's quite a few people that break cars these days, and like I know there are EP3 breakers out there that have full part brakes just like this one. And I'd save quite a bit of money and just do it that way. But buying them new, again, I'm not trying to fault no one. Freaky Parts Limited, big shout out to you for tailoring my package too. They are amazing, but I would just get it second hand. The reason why I said at the beginning, the mod in it, like it split my opinion a bit, and I wasn't sure if like I made the right choice or if I was right to invest that money, is because at the time I kept thinking to myself, I couldn't get over the price tag. I'm just being honest, I couldn't. Even though I was hell bent on it, and when I put my mind to something and I really want something, I'll go out and get it, and like I'll always try hard to go out and get it, whatever it takes. Yeah, and I did that, but I then afterwards I was like doing it, I was like, was it worth it? But then all it took is for me to drive another FN2 with standard brakes on it, and I was like, yeah, Yeah. And not only that, anytime I've had like a near collision just from another donut on the road, or maybe just me not paying attention and whatnot, I'm human, it happens. And I know I've got those brakes to rely on. Or when I know I'm pushing on, or I'm having a tiny little battle, yeah, I know I've got the brakes to rely on. I know I could brake later. I know I could really take the piss. Do you know what I mean? Like that's exactly what it does. Like, it allows me to really take the piss on other cars that like can't brake like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's a real cheat code. It's a real cheat code. It is. I'd get it second hand in hindsight, and I'm not one shy of spending money. I'm really not. But I'll try and get one second hand, because then you're really like laughing. Imagine you could get the whole setup for about what, £600, including the brackets, discs, all of that. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, that's my review. I haven't waffled in for so long. But yeah, I appreciate you watching though. It's weird that I've only been doing this channel for what, like nearly 2 months or 3 months, and I'm close to 100 subs already. You lot are all amazing. And yeah, there's so much more to come, not just on this FN2. I've actually got an MGZS out there, because I know like Civic owners are probably just dropping off like flies right now in this video. But that thing is going to be ridiculous. I will be working on it real soon. That's going to be like my track car, so I'm going to be stripping that hard, and you never know, but I have big plans. So yeah, thank you for watching, and till next time. I don't know what that was. I was going to go peace, but yeah, bye.